Hey everybody, welcome back. James here again with you. And on the recent video I uploaded, I was asked about cleaning my rifles and how I got such great results. So in this video, I'll be using my Ruger 1022 with the 18-inch target barrel made by Adams & Bennett in a Hogue overmold stock. Got the Brownells railed receiver with a center point 4-12 precision turret scope. Got my cheek pad on there. Got my tuned barrel with weights. That is a 3/4 inch rubber grommet on each end of a 1-inch fender washer. And the ammunition I'm using is the CCI standard velocity 40 grain lead round nose, which are chronographed about 1100 feet per second. As I mentioned, that's about the magic number for this rifle and many others. So since many viewers have questioned my results because of my bedding of the barrel itself, many have said that I need to shoot more than in a group than what I've been shooting. So I think I one-upped everybody in this video. This video, I started out shooting a 15-shot group with this rifle. The way it was after I got done testing many different ammunitions through the chronograph, so it was not seasoned in for the CCI standard at all. And I want to show you guys that clip real quick. At 45 yards, here's my target. I'll go ahead and show the clip. So here it is, 15 shots. You can see it. 45 yards. Quarter can cover all shots. Not too bad, right? It's not the best I've ever done, but next I want to tell you guys that I cleaned the barrel. I actually removed it from the action and cleaned it, and I'll show you how I did that later in the video. I actually showed how I cleaned this barrel in a prior video, which I'll show at the end of the video. So I took the barrel out of the action, took it apart, and cleaned it the way I clean my barrels now, and shot another 15-shot group. Let me show you that clip next. So here's my next group. Very first shot here. Cold bore. This gun always throws a cold bore shot. 15 here. But starting at shot, I believe it was 7 or 8, they all just clustered up right here, right below the center line. And again, easily cover all shots with a quarter. 45 yards, 15 shots. So not too bad. But again, not the best I've ever done. And there's no wind today, so I figured it would be the best to do it. And it's been raining on and off all day. So, like I said, the last, I think it was 7 to 8 shot, all the way up to 15 clustered, I mean, right almost in the same hole, just tearing the paper. So, just one ragged hole. So, I had 6 rounds left, and I figured, why not go ahead and shoot a 5-shot group with one cold bore like I usually show, because I usually don't typically do 10 shots or any other shots because I feel like I'm wasting my ammo just because my guns are tuned once I get them tuned. So there's really no point in me, you know, proving to myself how much consistency there is with my barrel. But just to entertain myself and you guys to see, I want to go ahead and shoot, or I went ahead and shot a 5-shot group. So here it is, guys. So even after, there it is. So cold bore shot, you can see it, and then the rest of the 5 were just clustered up like that. Again, not the best group I've ever gotten with the barrel, but getting it tuned back in with the CCI standard velocity, you can see that there's a lot of potential there, a lot of potential. So one thing I want to hit on real quick before I get into the cleaning portion is that even though I took the action out of the stock, you could see, took the barrel out of the action, took the action out of the stock, you can see that there's not much of a point of impact change. So even if I took my barrel apart from my action, there is hardly any variance there from aiming at the center, at the crosshair that I drew on the target, the line, the marker. So I could definitely hit what I'm aiming at 45 yards, depending on what you're hitting or what you're shooting at. But I just wanted to hit on that real quick. So 15 shot groups, you can definitely see the clean barrel tightened up huge over the barrel that was dirty and clogged up with different lead from different ammunitions. And again, you know, my last 6 shots that I had, cold bore and then a 5 clustered up like that. I mean, that just tells me that that's, I mean, it's tuning back in. And plus, group could have been a little bit better. I don't know. You can see that the rain was coming down pretty hard. I shoot in the rain, I shoot in all weather, so it doesn't bother me much. You can see I got a little wet just stepping outside a minute ago. But I was soaked when I came back in after shooting this. Raindrops hit me in the eye, whatever, doesn't matter. But just to show you guys, just like I said, just to please the viewers and entertain everybody and entertain myself, I want to see what the gun was capable of, you know, getting it tuned back in. So what I learned is that, you know, a lot of shooters say that, bench rest shooters say that you need to shoot about 25 rounds or so to get the barrel acclimated to ammunition. I just shot 36 rounds, and again, 15 of them were from a barrel that was superbly dirty, clogged up. The rifling wasn't even really doing much to the bullet, and I could tell that because I mentioned in previous videos that I learned how to read my targets. So you can see, look how the spread is on that, how it's all over, kind of all over the place. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad group by any means, especially for a semi-auto, but for my gun, it's not that great. Even though I can cover a quarter with it. The very first 15 shot group I've ever done out of this rifle at 45 yards. So, and then like I said, the next 15 shots, you know, first cold bore, and then the rest of them got acclimated back into the barrel with a fresh bore. And then, you know, starting at shot 7 or shot 8 all the way to 15, they all just clustered up. I mean, that's how it works. That's how I tune my barrels. I just watch for the bullet and see how it works, and if it tunes in, it tunes in. If it doesn't, something needs to change. You know, and that's why I wanted to see point of impact, if it changed or not. And exactly where all those were clustering up, you can see my target here. I mean, you can see that it pretty much matches where they were all clustering up prior. So now I want to get into the cleaning portion. What I use is half and half mixture. I do an acid bath to my barrels. I do a half mix of distilled white vinegar and a half of hydrogen peroxide. So whatever your mix is, just half and half of each. And I poured it down the barrel. After the barrel was removed from the action, I plugged it with a hearing foam, piece of foam, earplug, and let it sit for 10 minutes. And after it sat, I scrubbed it, and this is actually the second time I've done that to the barrel, just because, like I said, I did prior testing with the chronograph with different ammunitions and different loadings to see the accuracy and velocity. So it seems to me, once you find that perfect load, just stick with it. Don't change. And I also noticed that a lot of people say that, you know, you need to shoot the same lot and this and that. You need to find the same thing that comes off the machine, basically off the assembly line. And to me, that's not the case. I've been shooting this CCI ammo for the past couple years, and it's actually from 2016. And I've been buying it from various stores, different Walmarts, different other stores, and it all pretty much shoots the same. You know, for instance, this is the best group I've ever gotten. And you can see my cold bore shot dead center, and the rest 5 are in the same hole. So to say that, you know, all the different lots of the same bullet and this and that vary, I don't think it's that, there's that much of a variance. I think it more comes down to the temperature outside, how your barrel's tuned, and stuff like that. Because this was shot in like probably 35 degrees or so. I don't know exactly. I can't remember. It was colder. Today, this was shot about 60 degrees with raining showers on top of me at 45 yards. So, not too much of a difference there. Not too much that I'm worried about anyway. But it's because I started out with a fresh bore, got it dialed back in, let the bullet do its thing, and that's about it, guys. So I appreciate you watching as always. The next video clip I'm going to show you is how I clean the barrel, how I did it. And like I said, used vinegar and hydrogen peroxide and let it soak for 10 minutes to get the lead out of the bore. And you can see, here's the mixture right here. So that brownish color was already pretty much dried up stuff in this jar, but you can see some lead particles in there. Just small lead particles that it pulled off the bore, and then I scrubbed it with a bore brush. And patched it. I ran a couple patches through it till it was spotless clean. and it should come out as a mirror finish. So, and that's how I've been shooting, and that's how I've been getting great results, guys. So as always, I appreciate you watching, and I hope you get something from this video. You know, nothing special. It's just from a viewer request to show how I shoot, or how I get the great results I get, and how I clean my barrels. So appreciate it, guys. Thanks again.